Reichman University.
The Baseline. Stories from the court with Jonathan Rears and Mayor Cohen.
We're back here on The Baseline. It's Season 2, Episode 15. Jonathan Rears here, Mayor Cohen, and we got Obama, Correa, Jr., Christopher.
Almost got it.
Oh, shit.
You got the Silva.
I forgot the Silva, the most important part. All right, but also known as Chris Silva from Herzliya. Thank you for coming on today. Really appreciate it. Silva was born in Gabon, and after Gabon, he actually went to the States, where you learned English from scratch. And we're going to go right into the whole story. You went to Roselle Catholic High School.
Yeah, so I just wanted to start by, first of all, welcoming you and thanking you for being here. And again, we say every time we want to hear all the guest stories and everything they say and how they're unique. But you're especially unique, as to the guests we've had on our podcast, from someone who needed to go through what you did at such a young age to come to America and start completely fresh, learn a new language. So really, there's so many challenges involved in that. But tell us a little bit about the process before you came to America, maybe when you first heard you were going to come, and then how you kind of prepared and got excited and made it here, and then maybe your first impressions and getting used to everything.
I mean, as a young kid, it was just like I grew up in a family of basketball players. So like my uncles, my dad, sisters, almost everybody was playing basketball. And as a young kid, watching your dad play, you always want to surpass him. So that's when I came up with the idea that I was going to surpass my dad, but not only that, I was going to be the first NBA player from my country. And that's where the dream started. And every Sunday, my dad was going to play basketball with his old friend, and I would like play with the kids and whatever. But that's where like the passion, like the fire came about. And that's how it started getting a little bit serious. And then when I started in the club, like I realized that I was a little bit, I mean, obviously because I was playing since I was a kid every Sunday when my dad was going to play, I was a little bit advanced. And I started like training and playing, but because basketball is not really advanced back home, like it was really difficult to like compete or whatever, like have a really like a game or whatever. So, but the thing that started all off is like the national team. So I was one of the best like young kid back home, and the national team selected me to go play with older guys, like 2 years advance. And so when I get there, they brought like a trainer for training camp from the U.S. And as we going through training camp, he's like, I don't know how I did it, but telling me that I got a chance to go play in the U.S. And the first he told me that I was young and I had the opportunity to just like first he asked me what I wanted, and I told him that I wanted to go to the NBA, and he told me you had a chance to go to the NBA because you're really young. We got friends on the flight working, and so for a couple weeks of the Gabon training camp, we was like I come early, like 4 o'clock in the morning. We working out before practice, and then I practice with the team, and then afterward we was making videos to send over here to high school.
I saw that first highlight reel.
Yeah, so it's like, man, when I look back at these videos, I'm like, man, I came a long way. So that's how everything started, and that's how I ended up in Roselle Catholic. So they sent a video to Roselle Catholic, and I think he was going to the coaches over there saw me and took a chance on me.
So
And I was
that
going to
being
New York,
must have been a pretty serious high
literally,
school basketball program if they're
going to
getting
the
sent
airport
videos
and,
from you to come play for the team.
like,
So they saw those videos,
we
and
got
how what
there,
was it like kind of arriving at this high
Washington
school,
is maybe
learning how to be comfortable with your English, and how much
Washington
did
Airport
playing
is maybe about,
basketball
like,
help you get a little bit more comfortable with the
like,
culture, maybe some friends that you had
5
that you
to
made through
10 times
basketball,
bigger than
and was
that
basketball a
airport.
big part of you getting
So
comfortable
we got
in
the
America?
trains over there.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
also,
it
I'm
was
asking
difficult.
him at first, you know.
Like, if you know
as
what
a
my
young
get
kid,
is,
you leave home,
and as
you leave
good
your
as
family,
he
your
is,
friend, people you grew up with,
he asked his
people
big brother, and his big
that's
brother's
been
like,
around
where's this kid?
your whole life.
And, like,
And
he's begging
your whole
him,
culture
and he actually
just,
take me to my
like,
gate
to
and
chase
drop
your
me
dream.
off there. And
So it was the first
that's how
time
the
also
magic
that I had to
happened,
complain to leave the country. Like, I never left, like, even my city. So it was kind of a big deal. I made it to New York. When I get to New York, I see my coach from Rosa Catholic, and he yelling my name. I'm like, who's this guy, man? Like, why is he yelling my name? I guess he here to pick me up. So I went with him, and I was so tired from the flight that it was like he was asking me about my luggage, and I was like, bro, like, listen, like, forget about the luggage, just go, bro. We here, it's a new chapter, just leave the luggage. Yeah, he's like, no, like, we gotta get your luggage and stuff. And to me, I thought the luggage was never gonna make it. You know what I mean? Like, I never saw it since I took the plane, so I was like, it probably lost somewhere. But he went to registration, took the luggage, and we went straight to, it was crazy because from there we went straight to the high school. He gave me a tour of the high school, and we went straight to the gym and work out.
Oh, wow.
No rest, no nothing. We went to the gym, started working out, and I'm going hard working out, like basketball workout. And like we finally go to the host family house. And when we get there, I get settled down and everything. And, bro, like, when we get there, I just drop my stuff, take a shower, and just doze off. And
Best sleep of your life.
bro, like, I was knocked out. But guess what? Woke me up again.
Practice.
Yo, they want you to work out. They got to pick up. I'm like, pick up? What? I'm like, basketball? Okay, let's go. If you playing basketball, that's all I want to do. So I'll wake up, get ready, and go. And then start hooping. We like hoop hard again, like super hard. But then like after that, I think I got like 2 workouts, 2 or 3 or something. I think it was 2. But when I came back, I was just so super tired that like bro, I went to sleep. I slept so good that day, man. It was good, but. That's how Rose Catholic started, but actually Rose Catholic, like, it was the first time when I got there, it was my sophomore year because from Africa to U.S., you got to up class 1 because of the system. So it was my sophomore year, and they never won like a state championship or anything. It was like there was just a bad team, and that year, my sophomore year, was the first time that we won the state title, and then we won the tournament champion. We got tournament champion over there because they don't play. It's either you play tournament champion or you play nationals. So, but since that wasn't good, it was tournament champion, and it's a pretty big deal in Jersey.
What were some of the biggest surprises for you coming to America and getting used to it? What were some things that you just weren't expecting to be the way that they were?
Everything was how I expected it because, man, the first time I remember the first time from the airport to the house, like, we passed Burger King, and that's the first time I had like burgers, like. But it was so good, man. Like, that was the first time I had burger and fries. I remember, man, it was a blessing. It was so good. It was like exactly how like you see in the movies and everything. Everything happened the way I expected it because, you know, I always wanted to go to prom, and then I went to prom. It was good. Like, I used to always wanted to see this big yellow bus, and we had this yellow bus in school. Like, it was funny. It was just like. To me, it was just like a dream coming true because Like back home, I was always like the tallest kid, even though I was only like 6'5", and it's like everybody around me always called me like an American lost in Gabon, and I used to love like listening to my best artists was like Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. I used to love listening to American music and all that. So watching music videos and all that type of stuff. But actually living there was like just it was great, bro. It was like a dream come true.
And then what was it like basketball-wise once you got there sophomore year?
Bro, basketball was crazy. It's a funny story because back home we use FIBA.
Right.
It's FIBA rule.
Yeah.
So back home I was playing with grown people because like basketball is not it, and not a lot of kids like start young and like play basketball. You really gotta love it to play basketball. So not every kid so play basketball, but if you're good too as a kid, the competition is not it for you. So they take you up to like Division 2, Division 1 if you're really good. And I was playing Division 1 over there, and from that to like coming to high school, the rule is totally different. So like back then, if I remember right, it's like same thing. You could swipe the ball off the rim. Like when you block shot, like you used to like you wait till the ball hit the backboard so you don't smack the backboard instead, and it comes out too. So I had all my routine as FIBA, and then it was like, and also like basketball was not like I wasn't playing like organized game. It was just like games that maybe like back in the day, like organization was making together, and like it's not like you doing everything like whatever you want, but it's not the same rules. So my first game in high school, like I don't speak no English, but I'm the hardest worker. I'm horny, fast, blocking every shot, whatever I can do. That's the thing that got me on the court. And so first game, like my assistant coach tell my coach, like, yo, put him in the game, bro. Like he's good enough to impact the game even though you don't know the plays or nothing. And like he's begging my head coach, and he's like, no, he's just gonna go over there and just run like a wild boy. And he finally said, yo, go in the game. So I hear my name, like, Chris, go in the game. And it's funny because I get off the bench and just run into the game. And he's there like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, yeah, like go to the table and check in. I'm like, checking? What you mean checking? He's like touch the table and stay over there. I'm like, I gotta touch the table. Like I didn't know that you gotta touch the table to check in. Like over here, it's like back home when you make a sub, like you just go in, like sub, like you know the sub is going in and you just go in, like you alert the ref and that's it. Bro, it was so funny, man, like just thinking back at that. And then I get in there, I start running wild, and then like I'm start trying to block shot because that's the main thing that I do. You know what I mean? Like I'm with like those point guard, they're like, bro, like you don't know, all I gotta do is throw them a lob and like I gotta play defense. It's like I was trying to block shot, and every time I used to wait till the ball touched the backboard first and start swiping in it. And coach take me out like, yo, what is going on? I'm like, bro, like what? And he's literally like later on when I start like every day I used to decipher like English word by word. You know what I mean? Like by 3 months in the United States, I might know like 2 words in a sentence and guess what the sentence mean. So like that's how I started like learning English and understanding it. And then it's like, bro, like you play basketball, you don't really need plays. Like you need plays, but you don't, like once you know what you're doing, you just pick and roll, like rebounds and hustle plays. And like by 3 months, I was just like, I was feeling comfortable. Like, but it was crazy.
That's amazing, and it's cool that that's, I guess, a bridge of how you got acclimated with America and how everything worked, and later, as you said, you get to do all the things that like a normal high school kid would do.
Yeah.
So from having your success at a high school and then the process of getting recruited to play at South Carolina, How did that work? They came to you and they spoke to you personally. Did you visit some schools? How does the recruiting process work for someone who, well, your family wasn't there? They were still back in Gabon. So how did that it work for you? And how did you decide where to go to college?
Basically, they like send letters to like my coaches and stuff, and like I was pretty close with my assistant coach in high school. So most of the recruitment stuff is like they talk to him and like he come to me and like explain to me like a little bit what the college is, blase, blase. But obviously by junior and senior year, I started understanding what they were because I spoke English like a little bit better and I could understand a lot better. But it was kind of hard, you know, because like it's basically you're alone over there, and you know how college gets sometimes. Like they try to take advantage of you, like for their own good. And basically, my coach just looked out for me. You know, he was asking questions that like because I didn't grow up in this country, I didn't know what to ask, like what to expect and all that. All I knew is I just wanted to play basketball and do. So he would ask all the right questions for me and make sure that I understand like the process. And I mean, when I was a kid, when I was in high school, sometime like I said, there was a player named Ty Robinson that had like he was pretty good in high school and he had a lot of visits. So the visits that was like that he was going like around Jersey, like he used to go to Villanova and those that's like 3-hour drive and close and Ruckus and stuff. I used to go with him. Like my coach used to like bring me with him so I could see like how it goes. So I had a little idea and stuff, but choosing to go to South Carolina was just like from heart, you know. I know as a kid, almost every college that I had was talking just the good stuff. Like, you come over here, you're going to get to do whatever you want, like blase, blase. And then South Carolina was just basically the only college that was like, listen, bro, when you come over here, we going to make sure you work hard. We're going to make sure you held accountable like every practice and earn your minutes. And from that, I was like, well, like, reflecting back to all the conversation, I didn't just want to have anything easy, you know, because it sounds a little bit weird. I was like, all right, like, what happened if I go to a school that say, yeah, we're going to let you do everything, blase, blase, and, like, I start getting lazy. Like,
right.
Nobody going to try to pick me up, hold me accountable, like, all that type of stuff. So I was like, I need, like, basically like father figure or like accountability.
So South Carolina was like the most real.
Yeah, that was like we gonna hold you accountable. We gonna make sure you work hard and all that. So it just caught my attention and I committed over there.
For a Gabon guy, how was the college life like?
Oh man, college was crazy. I mean, the first 2 years was amazing. And then the last 2 years was just like, it just switched up because like, basically my first 2 years, it was a half and half because my first year, like going with Frank, I don't know if y'all know Frank Martin, but bro, like Frank was intense. Like my first practice was all defensive drills. And we had like 2 court, these was like 1-on-1 full court, 2-on-2 full court. So it's like in the morning, I got classes 8 a.m. I go to my classes to probably like 10, 11. By like 12 to 1, I gotta eat. I gotta find something to eat like around campus. And then by like 3:30, I gotta digest everything and be ready to lift. 3:30 hit, we lift probably for 45 minutes to an hour, and we got an hour break, and by like 6:30, by the time every group lift, like we got practice. Actually, like around like I would say at 4, 5:30, we finish at 7, and then right when we finish at 7, we got study hall. So it was like going from school to lifting super hard to like practicing all like defense all day, like running, and to go to study hall. My first practice we had like a meeting, like you know, you usually got a meeting in the beginning, bro. We had meeting, bro, and I think we ain't had time to eat, and it was like across like the football stadium. It was like the football stadium, but the parking lot was across it. So you park there and walk to the football stadium and go to the meeting space. That got like all the sport like soccer or whatever, basketball, bro. From practice, I'm cramping up. So we get to the parking lot, we like just on time. Like we can't just stop, talk or whatever, or we're gonna be late, right? So we just like get to a parking lot and like I'm cramping up the whole time. It's like left leg, right leg, on. By the time I get out the car, bro, I get to the light to cross it up, bro. Full body cramp.
Full body cramp.
Full body cramp. So I'm calling my trainer. I'm like, bro, like, listen, man, I'm about to be late. And they were saying, like, if you're late to one of these meetings, you got to run and you got a whole bunch of punishments. So I'm like, bro, like, I'm already, like, cramping up. Like, I'm not
You're cramping up from the future running.
Bro, and now I'm about to hit the track again, bro. It was just crazy.
Wow.
But I just feel like it hold me accountable for life. You know, it helped me like just build like a character.
Right.
And it helped me just hold myself accountable.
Definitely made it more easier down the road.
Yeah, it just gave me discipline to like push further.
Right.
So you guys had a ton of success at South Carolina in 2017 specifically, Final Four. So from your perspective, we've heard a couple interviews that we've had about people who have made the tournament and played in the tournament, and they say once you start playing in these football stadiums, I mean, they're massive, and it takes a whole different type of environment. So, how was your tournament experience, especially the one that you guys went to the Final Four, and tell us a little bit about that, and what's it like being on a court in March Madness, knowing that no matter who you're playing, there's a chance they're going to beat you, and you have to lock in and be intense every game, and your success in those tournaments.
Man, it was amazing, man. It probably is like one of the best like basketball experience I had. Just because, like, man, like to get there was crazy, and it just like when we got there, actually, when we got there at the Final Four, the whole thing was just like, the whole year was just amazing. You know what I mean? So it started wrong because, like, for me at least, but it ended up be the best because, like, every summer I go to Jersey. I go back to Jersey and train with my coach, do a lot of, like, weightlifting, conditioning, all that type of stuff. So when I head to Jersey in the summer, and my coaches used to love me going back. Like, Frank used to love me going back to my high school coach because he knew, like, I would wake up at 5 in the morning, work out all day, you know what I mean? And all I would do over there is just get better. So he used to, like, even, like, after school, he used to be like, you just go to Jersey, bro. We don't want you to stay here. Like, you know what I mean? Just go to Jersey. So that year, I go to Jersey, work out. And towards the end, when I'm getting ready to report, like, while I'm doing like sprint workouts on the turf, I strained my hamstring. So I strained my hamstring, and Frank is pissed. It's like, bro, like, he's one of the starting five. Like, you know what I mean? It's supposed to be like, we need him to set the tone this summer because my freshman year is like, there was a starting five. I was competing against him, and like every practice I was making life hard for him. But Frank is a loyal guy to his seniors, and you know what I mean. So he wouldn't start me because of that. But I was playing a fair amount of minutes, and then halfway to the season, maybe like towards the end, he switched up the starting lineup and put me in there, and it's like, I wasn't used to it by the time because, like, you know, when you play the whole season 10 minutes and then you go out there and start playing 25 minutes, like, your legs is like, hold on now, like, it goes to a shot. So that summer, it led to that summer where I was I was like the senior big was gone, and I was gonna take over. So he's like, yo, we can't start like this. You can't be hurt. So he's giving me a hard time. I'm doing rehab with the trainer, but that year we was going. I think we went. We had the overseas, like every 4 years or whatever, you gotta get one overseas trip, and we had a. I don't know. Was it overseas trip? It was a Costa Rica.
Yeah, that counts. Overseas.
We went to Costa Rica. So we going over there to play the national team, man, bro. Like I got my hamstring like sprained. So everybody's running. I'm just like eating like I'm drinking smoothies. I'm on vacation basically. So for me it started good but bad because I wanted to play, but it's like, bro, I can't help it. I'm in vacation. So, like, it was just a good time for me. I had a blast on the trip. So, fast forward, the season start, like, we actually, like, good. We pretty good. So, I get, like, by the time the season start, I'm good, practicing and everything, start the season right. And, like, we went from my freshman year, practicing, like, 3 hours and 45 minutes, at least 3 hours and 10, 15 to like maximum like 45 and get kicked out of practice. Like because if we get to 45, he's like, okay, like I can't go over that. So like I'm just gonna kick you out of practice and everybody go home and tomorrow we're gonna have a better practice. But we went from that to actually like practicing like 2 hours and 10, 15. So we was like, man, we was having a blast, and then on top of that, we was winning games. So he had no reason to like push it to 3 hours and whatever. So it was like practicing the whole time. The whole year was just good, and then man, when finally hearing the name called in Final Four, I mean the March Madness was crazy, but like finally like the year before we were supposed to make it, we didn't made it, but to hear the name. Like redeem our pride that year was really big, but it's like as we hear our name get called, the game is actually in South Carolina. Oh. So we like,
that's huge.
We're gonna have all the fans over there. So it's like Greenville, South Carolina, like an hour, whatever. We play in Marquette, so it's basically a home game for us. So when we get there, we super nervous, guy. Like it's the first time to school there. Like everybody expecting big thing because they're like, yo, we just win one game. We haven't won one game in the tournament in so many years. So everybody is like stressed out and like, yo, we gotta do everything to just win one game. Like just one game, whatever happened because it was like whoever win this game gotta play against like I think it was Duke against some other team, and both the team was hard. I don't remember which team was it, but so we played that game, we win, and then we see we gotta play Duke. We like, oh man, like okay, we won that game. So if we lose that game, like it's okay. Just go out there and just live it all out there. That's it. But it's like when we get to Duke, like we still like a little bit like nervous. So we start playing, and then we realize that our defense is like it's really working. So by halftime, when we get to the locker room, coach is saying like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I know you guys was nervous because I was nervous, but the way we looking right now, it looked like we might as well go out there and win the game. And we look at each other and was like, oh man, like he's definitely right because we playing bad and like we only down like 7. So when we get there at halftime, like after halftime, it's like we just start hoping. And it's like the first weekend is like when we win that, we go home, and for us it's like a drive because we like in South Carolina. So when we played that game, we had like North Carolina because North Carolina I think won against another team, and the game was like right before, so the fans stayed. So we got North Carolina fans,
Because they hate Duke.
South Carolina fans
Oh, wow.
just together in the building, just supporting, and then winning out, bro. It was just a blast because after that, when we go to school, like everybody, bro, like everybody waiting for us. Like when we trying to go to classes and stuff, like the teachers, like, yo, we know already. You don't need to do your homework. We're like, oh, word, oh, say no more. Like it was just a blast. Like the whole time, it was just like basketball focus, having fun. Like everywhere you go, you get mad love, and it's like it was just it kept going. And then the fun part about that is that the women's team, like the women's basketball team, was doing the same thing. So it was just like a big celebration every weekend. Like when we,
South Carolina was popping.
bro,
The women
every
is a good
weekend we
team.
usually play like like Wednesday first game, and the second game is like Friday. Like so we get back around Friday night or Saturday. Every weekend it was just like we looking at the Instagram and bro, students just going crazy. There's some student that's like, yo, we wasn't even going to school, like we was playing. We like, bro, what? Like it was just fun for the whole school, bro. It was a blast. And then I mean, just going to Phoenix to the Final Four. Our point guard, like the leading point guard, got sick going there, and then we lost that game. But it was just a blast. I think it was just one of the best basketball experience that I ever had. You know, in terms of
amazing.
like just having fun.
And then how did it go into the next 2 years?
Oh, the next 2 years is like.
First team All SEC right here.
Yeah, I mean, it's like everybody left, so I was basically alone, and we basically had a new team, and it was just like a big change, you know what I mean? Right. And like I had young point guard, talented point guard, but it's just like in the Frank system, usually it gets you 2 years to learn how to really maneuver through the system.
Right.
And it was like, as a big man, it's basically a little bit the same thing that we is happening in Herzliya right now. We have a young team, you know what I mean?
Right.
And when you got young point guard is usually the heart of the team. They do whatever coach want on the court. And like, if you got a good point guard and like a bad big man, you can't do all right. You know what I mean? Like, you can't manage like the season. But if the point guard is not that experienced and then you have a good big man, like the big man can do so much, you know what I mean? Like you can't bring the ball up the court, you can't like call the plays all the time, you can't like, even if you can't organize the team the way the point guard can. So there's only so much that you can control as a big man, so you really need a good point guard. So those last 2 years, it was just we had young point guards.
So knowing that it was going to be a big change after your sophomore year, did you think at all about going into the draft from there, or did you want to?
Yeah, it was actually but like for me, when I went to South Carolina, it was at least like 2 years, and I was gonna be out. But it's just like one of the other things is like, you know, you're international, you don't really know how that works. You know, like. As you go, I'm going, I'm learning. You know what I mean? Like, I'm figuring it out. Like, I didn't know, like, it was funny, like, I think I wanted to declare my sophomore year after the
tournament.
After the tournament. But it's like, bro, I thought, like, everybody, you know, back in the day, what they was doing is, like, they take a picture, right? All right, I declare this job and post it on IG. And my thought was like, that's how you declare. So I'm like asking everybody. It's like, no, like that's not how you declare to the draft. You know, there's actually a process where you go to the school, whatever, and then they submit that to whatever. I'm like, bro, why? By the time I figured it out, it was like too late. So I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna do a third year, but.
In retrospect, are you happy that you finished your college degree?
Yeah, I'm super happy I did. I finished my college degree. I mean, there's some now and then like thoughts like, okay, I could have went earlier, and like, you know, just have my talent over there and like get some more, start learning how to be a professional earlier. So by the time, like, example, I'm a senior, it's like 2-year pro. Like, my point guard did it, like, PJ Dozier. Like, he went after a sophomore year. We were supposed to go together, but obviously he had his family there, so he went through the process. And then by the time I got there to the NBA, he already did like 2 years in the G, and he was already known over there, and it helped him. So some years I thought that, it would have been better for me to just leave early. But I'm really happy that I finished school just because, like, I finished with an IT degree.
Right.
And it's something that, like, that will be there for life, and even after basketball, I can decide to tap back to all the skills that I try to learn, because being basketball and doing IT, boy, it's
tough combo.
crazy, man. It's crazy.
So what was the draft combine like after your 4 years? You went to the combine. What was that like for a player from Gabon?
It was crazy. It was a lot of faith, you know what I mean? Because my agent at the time, like, I don't know if I can call it believe in myself, but it's just like didn't believe in myself, or he trying to make a business decision. So basically I'm in Jersey, and like I'm in Jersey and I'm watching the draft. First time I watched the draft, I never watched the draft. Like, during the draft, I always try to work out or whatever because of the chip I have in my shoulder. But it's like I'm watching the whole draft, like finishing late around like 4, 5, 6, something like that. And like I thought that in some of the workout I did good. And that at least, like, when I looked at the thing, I had a couple teams I thought that they was gonna call my name or whatever, but it didn't happen. And so, like, when I looked at my phone, I got like a text from the Miami Heat, and I'm super excited. They're like, "Yo, we want you to come and then do summer league with us. We're really excited to have you in the organization." So I'm going from like really frustrated to like happy that I have an opportunity, you know. So when I see that text, me and my coach getting emotional or whatever. So that whole summer, I'm basically like working out with the Heat during the week and coming back during the summer. I mean, during the weekend. And he's like, when I'm talking to my agent, he's like, "Bro, like, I know you got potential, but like if you decide to go through this process with the Heat, the best you can do is get a 2-way. And even that is gonna be super really hard. You gotta play really good and drag some attention and whatever." So he's like, "I got you this offer overseas, guaranteed money right now. Like, you can't beat it. And it's net, it's no taxes, like no da. So I'm sitting in the dinner table with my agent, my coach, and he's out here telling me that. And back then, it's like I had a crazy, like, for me, it's like I had a feeling that I was meant to be in the league. And so I started getting frustrated and snap on the dinner table, bro. And I tell him, like, "Bro, like, I don't care what you got going on right now. Like, I know I'm gonna make it to the league. I know I'm gonna get these 2-way, and then I'm gonna convert it to a contract." And
that's what you did.
And yeah, it's like that's what I did. And it's like he's like, "Bro, like, are you realizing what you're doing? Blase. I get mad, and you think my coach got with me. He's like, "Bro, you know what he's doing. I got faith on him. Like, let him do it." And fair enough, like, trained the whole summer with Miami, blase. When we get to summer league, man, I didn't train the whole summer with him. I was home working out, and then I went directly to summer league, to Sacramento with him. When we get to Sacramento, man, like, we balling out, bro. Like, and then it's like Miami is one of these teams, like, they play the right way. When they play the right way, it don't really matter, like, if you're undrafted or not. You know what I mean? Because, like, if you open, they're going to pass you the ball. And if you really good you're gonna make the shot all look good.
Right.
But like this other team where not to backlash them, but it's like they got draftees, and these draftees gotta have the ball the whole time, and they gotta take all the shots. They got like basically the show is for them, and like not to say it's bad, but like if you unlucky undrafted, like all you gotta do is like try to rebound all the time, but like sometimes if the shot is not good, you're not in good position to rebound, so it affect like how you seeing and what you can do.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
For sure.
it's like when you play the right way, like you move the defense, and sometimes it's favorable for your rebound, sometimes it's favorable for your lob, like and that's just what it was with Miami. Like I was an athletic, running big and physical, and when I got to summer league, like all I was doing is setting good screens to good play, and they would throw me lobs, they would make the shots, and not only they would look good, but I would look good too.
Right.
And that's how it just all started.
That's why the Heat are so known for having so
Yeah.
many undrafted players.
Yeah, like because you play like it don't matter who you is. But they got structure. You know, like if it's fourth quarter, you know the ball going to two-way. Bam
Right.
or Jimmy or wherever he's there, like Tyler. You know what I mean? But he's like the whole time, like you play the right way. If Jimmy got the ball, he get double team, he's gonna find you. And all you gotta do, bro, is dunk the ball hard if you're big. You know, like make the open shots if you know what I mean? And that's
Right.
how it goes. And then like that's how good players make each other like job easier, because like you can't do a mismatch. If you got a good player with two players and he's really good, he's gonna make the right pass.
Definitely. What was that like playing in the pick and roll with, like Kyle Lowry and Jimmy Butler?
Bro, it's so easy, bro. It's easy. It's like these players, bro. Like all you gotta do is get the man off them, and they would just like they would kill him. Like it would kill the defense. It's like I know with Jimmy, I just gotta get him down here. You know what I mean? Like there's players you gotta know who you playing with. I play a lot with. My first year, I played a lot with Goran Dragic, and sometimes Jimmy. Like third year, I played with Kyle Lowry, and it's like these players is like all you gotta do is set a good screen and roll hard to the basket, and they're gonna put it to a space where if you got the bounce and the speed, all you gotta do is really catch the ball and dunk it hard, and you look good and he look good. You know what I mean? You don't have to like do extra stuff. You don't have to like, you know what I mean? Like do all the unnecessary stuff. All you gotta do is do the little things right, and they get you to look good. And that was one of the good thing with them. Like that's the reason why I succeeded. Like my rookie year, because playing with Goran, I know Goran like. He's so fast, if I get a man off him, he's either going to kill my big, or if my big help, he's just going to throw it up. And all I got to do is jump high and dunk it. And
Throw it down.
That's literally what I was doing.
Very smart point guard.
Bro, really good, smart, and efficient point guard, bro.
For sure.
So when you got there, you were pretty soon a big part of the rotation and what you were doing there.
Yeah.
So you had a great season. You played in like 44 games for them, and then you guys go to the bubble. And so from our perspective, watching the bubble, nobody knew what to expect about what the heck the bubble is going to be. And we as viewers thought it was really cool that they managed to make it happen. And we were so happy because we got to watch basketball. But for a player who had to go in there and had to deal with it, so tell us a little bit, was it as bad as some people made it sound? Was it not so bad? Was it a good time? What was it like going into the bubble?
Bro, it's just like, it was a perfect setup for the Heat. For us, because like I said earlier, is like the Heat, when you're in Miami, there's so much distraction around you. It's like they make you work hard, like they make you work all the time. So you know what I mean? So imagine just that without distraction. That's in steroids, you know what I mean? So that was the perfect setup for us, like for the Heat when we went to the bubble. But it's just like, the whole experience was just like brutal. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a little bit like a little jail time, because you just in one location, you can't leave. You basically seeing one thing every single day for like the whole time. And the Heat was like the first team to get there,
And one of the last.
and the last team to leave. So it was crazy, bro. Like, but when you with these these guys, bro, they make things fun. You know what I mean? Like they try to make things fun. I have a lot of activities in there to like pass the time and just hanging out with your guys. You just get closer.
Did you go to Jimmy's coffee shop?
Closer. Yeah, bro, but I'm not buying. I was not buying that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a rookie, bro. I'm not gonna buy it. It was like $20, $40. No, bro. Like, and then I was young. Like, I'm not drinking coffee, bro. Like, you can't have that, bro. But yeah, it's like it was a perfect setup. It was good. It was hard. It was just like after. It was just a good experience. You know, it's one of the best experience. Basketball-wise, in terms of like just making it to NBA finals, like Eastern Conference, and just final and seeing the experience and what it is, and learning from that, because you know, like there's a lot of people that even like be superstar and never even make it to the conference finals.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was a good experience, learning from the best and see how like a team make it happen and everything. But it's just like, bro, after leaving the bubble, it's like, it was like inmates, bro. Like, after the finals, like, when everything just, like, we leaving, like, we allowed to leave, bro, it's like, bro, we are outside just looking like, bro, y'all, we ain't see McDonald's like 2 months. Y'all, look
That's
at this.
crazy.
Like, we like, bro, we like just lost, bro. We like, yo, we ain't see this. Like,
Wow.
no, it was just crazy. And it was just like every single day you wake up, you get tasted, bro.
Wow, that's
Like,
kind
at
of
night you
weird.
get
Oh, that's
tasted.
so
like,
annoying.
You get like those nose
Shit
things
up your
every
nose.
time.
Oh
Like
my
you go to
God.
practice, you gotta get it. You come back from practice, you get it. You like, it's like probably get tasted like 4 or 5 times, bro, a
Wow.
day.
That's
Wow.
insane.
It's crazy, bro.
That was
it was crazy.
crazy conference finals.
It was crazy. Nah, yeah, it was crazy conference finals. The block, like, it was like
Bam.
Bam against
Oh
them,
my
and it was like
God.
they're like best friend from like,
Oh, really? I didn't know
yeah,
that.
they're best friend from like high school and stuff.
St. Louis?
Yeah, like Bam and what's his name, and Tatum know each other from a long. I think AU,
Oh, wow.
Wow. Shit.
AU, they, bro.
I was on my couch crying.
It was crazy to see that, bro. It was crazy to see that, but it's like the emotion. But one of the things I wish was gonna happen was, I wish I could experience that like outside the bubble, like a regular. It was gonna be like, I just wanted to experience that outside the bubble, because I feel like it would be even better experience, you know.
Did you think the level of basketball was higher inside of the bubble than it was at a normal season?
Bro. It's just, yeah, it's like, bro, it's like a lot of the thing people forget is like, even the 15 men on the bench in the NBA roster is tough, bro. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of factors that comes in, like playing the crowd. Like me, for example, like when I play, I used to be really shy about the crowd. I used to be like never looking in the crowd because it used to like bother me. You know what I mean? But I used to be locked in on the game and just focus on like the basketball game and whatever is going on here. But there's so much factors that like goes out in like playing the big arena, like all type of stuff, like stuff that you wouldn't believe, like impact. You know what I mean? Like people is not used to a lot of stuff like that. But it's like you taking all that distraction away, like all that stuff is like just putting a good player in the gym. That's every one of them. You know what I mean? So that's basically what it was, and it's like it just brought the level up.
Yeah, guys
like,
were
crazy.
performing
Yeah,
like crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah, and that was a great finals. I mean, you guys versus the
was.
Lakers and playing LeBron and all that. Was it just an incredible experience throughout? And it was awesome to watch for us, and we got a great
I
series.
wish I had a ring, bro.
Yeah, but it was intense, you know. And for us watching, it was awesome to see how they could pull it off and made it happen. And we saw some high quality basketball for
For
sure.
sure. I was rooting for the Heat in the finals. No Lakers for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it like going up against AD though?
But it was incredible, bro. Like I remember AD is probably like one of the only players that really gave me that welcome to NBA moment. Like I remember like my rookie year, we went and play at the Lakers, and then that's when I was playing good. I was getting momentum and stuff, and coach put me in there like go guard AD, bro. And bro, first of all, it's like it's my first time like at the Lakers arena. Like I'm looking, bro, the Lakers from organization standpoint, bro, is like in college is like when you go to Kentucky, is like it's different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know, you playing Rupp Arena. There's
Legacy.
Bro, it was literally like the Lakers, bro. Like to focus on the game is crazy, bro. They have a crazy show. It's like when you step on the court, it's like Miami is a little bit like that. You know what I mean? Because when you play in Miami, you got celebrities around the court, but it's like Lakers is a different level of that. So like when I step on the court, I feel chills. Like yo, I'm really like in the Lakers court. And then, bro, try to guard AD, bro. I don't know what happened, but I think it's called the ball or something. And then coach was mad, but I was like just in that moment like
It's a flash.
it was just like yo, I'm in the NBA, I'm guarding AD type of moment and stuff.
Staples Center.
Yeah, it was crazy, but
That's great. What was it like actually playing under Eric Spoelstra?
it was great, bro.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the best coach that you could play for, bro.
Right.
He hit every corner. It's like, I mean, it was painful, but it was great, you know, because, bro, he trying to get you better at every level, bro. He was trying to get me to do Pilates, yoga, meditating, film, reading, bro. It was like school, bro. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, when you around, like, when a team like that, like, you don't see how better you get because everybody getting better like that. But for example, it's like first time I got traded was like to Sacramento, and I went over there, and Sacramento is basically the opposite of what you want to expect you want to experience from the league, you know. So when I go over there, bro, like it's like, bro, I feel like I could have been the coach, bro. I'm like,
Wow.
bro, like this, you should be like, come on, bro, how you not seeing this? And that's when I actually saw like the product of all the work I was doing at the Heat, because you do so much work, like watching film, studying the game, meditating, all that stuff, and it's like on a daily basis, it becomes like a routine, and you don't
Right.
see like the progress until like you go to another team, and you're like, bro, like whoa, like I see things differently, man. And
Right.
he definitely helped me like you see the game a different way, bro.
Wow.
That's amazing. We hear a lot of cool stories about Alex Spoelstra and how he's been so successful.
Bro.
He's in the league,
Still
one of the
coaching,
longest tenured
yeah.
coaches in the league, and there's a reason why.
And he started like as a
A
video, guy.
director,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, like
video guy.
He's like, bro, like the work that he put in, bro. He probably like one of the matter of fact, the whole coaching staff is probably like working super hard. Coaching staff I ever seen too, bro. They be there like before, like hours before practice, working out, like, and then they be there like super late after practice, and like they know everything. You know what I mean? The same thing they tell you ought to be like one of the best in the world. They're doing themselves. So it's not like they're telling you to do something they don't. You know what I mean? So
Right, 100%. So you had, really incredible experience playing for the Heat, getting traded to the Kings, and you have that experience. Then later in your career, now as you're transitioning to playing in different countries, such as Israel, we really want to know here on this show how that compares to a lot of other places you've played and different leagues, and the experience that players have playing in the NBA like you have to playing. We had a guest the other day who played a lot in Spain, and now we want to hear kind of from your perspective, what are some of the strengths that the Israeli league has that makes it different from other leagues, maybe some things you notice in the coaching or the playing style here in Israel that is different from other places.
The experience is definitely different. It has its pros and cons, but it is definitely different. The game is more physical. Your officiating is a little bit different. Coming here is definitely like an adjustment. You know what I mean? Like, but during this summer, I played for like Puerto Rico, which use a FIBA curriculum, or if I can say that, FIBA rules and stuff. So I think it helped me a little bit. Just get ready, but still, it's just getting here. I feel like the game is more physical here. It's like the fans are really like
Wild.
crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's just like at the end of the day, it's like knowing the rule and like how officiating do the things over here. You know what I mean? Because all basketball players, when you play in the league, like your game shape itself regarding how officiating
Right.
do their job. Because when you're in the game, you know what you can and can't do, and that's how you start making your move and know how you can attack and be efficient. And like it's been an adjustment for me, just because in the league, G League, wherever you name it in the United States, it's like the offensive player got rights and defensive player got his right too. So basically, an offensive player got a circle in which the defensive player can penetrate. And if he do that, you can punish him by like doing certain move, like a rip through over here. I did it a couple times. I never got the call for it. It's like if a defender penetrates your bubble, you allowed to like rip and make it pay because you in your shooting form. Every time I did it over here, never called for it. Like, and that's the type of stuff that, like, when you play a game, you start learning, okay, they're not calling for it. It's like, for me, too, it's like in the rebound, like, dudes is allowed to, like, push you. You know what I mean? And if you got the position before him, like, you're disadvantaged. Because, dude, like, if you got a back towards somebody, you can't really anchor yourself pushing backward. He's got more momentum pushing you forward. So those little things like that is like the things that literally like when I came over here, like try to adjust. But it's like you playing so many years in one system. It's like you got like it's reflex for you to move a certain way. You know what I mean? So like now I feel like I'm getting a little bit better and a little hang on how the FIBA rules work. So
how did you hear originally about coming to play in Israel, and at what point did that become something that you thought about doing?
Well, so basically, like not a lot of people know about this. Basically, maybe not even my family. It's just like I've been hurt since really my junior year in college. So I had like a low condition in my back that's been like bothering me, and that's the reason why I didn't play in the bubble, because we was trying to figure that out like at the end of my season. And since then it's just like I was taking a medicine that was like suppressing my immune system and making me susceptible to catching like disease really easily, and it was just not good for the time period I went to the league, because COVID started, and then they was like, okay, you can't take your medicine, because if you take your medicine, like you might catch COVID, the whole team might. So it was like, all right, we might just not play you and just try to figure out other ways to like see what you got going on and whatever, and how to get you better. And that's basically been one of the biggest like challenge that I had like throughout my career. And it's like as I get traded, because like I can't really figure it out, it's like I'm not complaining, I'm not like really like telling everybody that I'm hurt or blasé, because like the way I was, like, I'm not gonna say raised, but the way I always play basketball is like I always play through injuries and everything. So for me, it's like I'm gonna play through pain as long as I can play. And as you do that, that's why you see a lot of basketball players, like, I'm not gonna throw names out there, but like you see a basketball get a little injury and he's like, all right, I'm not playing, because you're not performing the same way you perform, and then your stock goes down, and then you look like you're not as good as you are, because you playing with restraints. So, but me, I always like play through it. I always been super stubborn about it. Even myself, I try to talk myself like, look, relax, get healthy, and then now you can't affect the game the way you know how to affect. But it's just like the hardest things with basketball players. Like we love that game so much. Is like you can't taking days off and like not playing as much. It drives you crazy. Fans don't understand that, but it drives you crazy. You know what I mean? And as somebody that like to work hard, and often like me, is like I never had like went through the like understood that okay, like listen, especially because also I don't have my parents here. I don't have people to like tell me like listen, this is really what you should do. And like I always been on myself. It's like okay, I'm tough, bro. I can make it though. Like okay, I make it through the war. I make it across the sea, bro. Like come on, I can't play through this. And it's like, but you can see, like for me, you can see the difference like when I'm hurt and not when I'm not hurt. You know what I mean? Because when I'm hurt, like I can be out there and still compete. But when I'm not hurt, I can dominate the game and like you know what I mean and take over. And like for 6 years, it's just been that I played through an injury, and injury it's just been like it's been crazy. You know what I mean? Mentally, physically, it's like, but it's like as I go through this, like the dream of playing to the NBA is like getting further away, especially when you play to the G League. It's like, all right, like now you're in the G League, you want some more competition. You know what I mean? Like you like the G League is just a whole bunch of young guys, and like you got some good competition in there, but it's like for the first year of Miami, I made a good amount of money, and it's like when you keep playing in G League, you can't just keep playing in G League for a long time unless you have another job or 2 or 3. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I want better competition, but also it's been a long time since I saw my family. So this past summer, I got like my green card, and I was like, okay, I want to go overseas, and then like I can't stop playing the G League because I was playing the G League because I didn't have a green card. I couldn't get up. So as soon as I got it, I took a ticket like middle of the season in G League. I took a ticket from like back home in August. I'm like, this time I'm going home. I'm going to see my family. It's been 7 years. I don't care. I'm just going. Like, that's what I want to do. And so it just happened that while I do it, the date I took was just the day everybody over here overseas started their season. So every team like my agent is talking to, they're like, bro, like, nah, either you like cancel your flight to go home and come to see us, or like basically we can't wait for you. We gotta start. I'm like, bro, like I'm sorry, like right now the money is not like, you know what I mean. The money is not it. It's like I spend a lot of years without seeing my family. I don't care like what it takes. I'm gonna go see them. If I take a pay cut, whatever, I'm gonna see them. And then that's what I did. And then Herzliya was the only team that was like, all right, like we gonna start late a little bit. Like you're allowed to go see your team, your family, and then come join the team. I was like, well, I take it. It don't matter. And that's how it happened. Like I lock it down, and then I went to see my family, spend a good like 2 weeks over there of just like not doing no passport, no visa, no nothing, but just visiting my family and enjoying, spending time with them, and like, you know what I mean, like just going around and all that. So, and that was the first time I did that in like 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was it like when your mom surprised you at the Heat practice?
Oh man, it was crazy, bro. I was about to have a fucking heart attack that time. It was crazy because like it was like, you know, like you work so hard to help your mom and all that, and like there's a lot of things you sacrifice. You know what I mean? Like you're not on the phone all the time because you got to work out often. Like time difference is like when you waking up is when she sleep, or
right.
The family sleep, or everything is just like. It was Christmas time, or like, yeah, about to be Christmas time, and I literally spoke to her like 2 days ago, and I don't speak to her like that often. It's like we can spend like weeks not speaking because I'm working out. Like by the time you want to talk, oh, I know the day passed 2, 3, 4 days, and it's like I spoke to her 2 days ago, and it happened, and so like why she walk in? I'm like trying to think, like, yo, bro, like it take 24 hours to get from back home to here. Like I spoke 2 days ago. How the hell you here? Like what's going on? Like is he fake? Like what? So when she walk in, it's like I got a lot going on in my head. I'm like, yo, bro, what's going on? Like blah blah blah. First, like I was like stressed out during the shoot around because it was shooting around and they put a mic on me. And I'm like, yo. Shh, saying that I got that fade. I don't know what they're putting on me, and I'm like, bro, like I can't control myself. So sometimes like I be saying some outrageous stuff, like just talking, especially with them guys and stuff. And I'm like stressing out, and then that happened. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm super confused, like literally super confused. And it was just a great time, you know. It was just one of the greatest moments in my life to just see my mom there in the NBA arena, you know, from Gabon and all that.
It's amazing.
So it was a lot of emotions.
And how would now coming back to here, how would you compare Herzliya to G League experience?
To the G League experience, like, bro, it's kind of different, you know. Like G League is a little bit like Euro League or like competition where you travel a lot, like a lot of stuff like that. It's like G League, bro. You might be in another city like at 7 in the morning just because you're leaving, like you're taking a flight at like 5 in the morning, all that stuff. So here is like you're not really doing anything.
Yeah, you don't have to travel that much.
Yeah,
but you were saying in the G League you had you were kind of looking for more competition. Now coming here, do you think that the level of competition is pretty high? Or
Euro League would be like, no be disrespect to any player, but I would say Euro League would have been like a little bit close to it. But it's just like I made a sacrifice because I wanted to go see my family, and for me, the money, the competition at that time wasn't like really important. I just want to have like a way of income while for this year, while, you know what I mean, I made the sacrifice to go see my family and find peace with myself. But coming over here, I mean, players are definitely physical, you know, and it's just like the different type of play, the way FIBA works, make it tough. So it's definitely like a challenge. It's definitely a big challenge. And I feel like it don't matter if it's like EuroLeague or like Herzliya, the competition is physical. You know what I mean? And anytime you get physicality, there's always something to improve and get better and like, you know what I mean? Like go to the next level. And I feel like this experience helped me in so many ways. Yeah.
Well,
that's amazing. Yeah, we're glad that you're here and you've had that experience to play here in Israel and see how it is. And the fans, as you said, it's cool for us as being as fans, but the real hardcore fans that are there and going crazy. Yeah. So we've been to a few games and we've seen how insane they get. But it's really just awesome to hear your story and the career that you've had and the adjustment you've had to make and the sacrifices that you've made to be successful and do what you've done. So first of all, we want to thank you for coming in. It's been just amazing. Awesome to hear everything from you. Before we leave, we
do a little segment towards the end of our podcast. The little 24-second shot clock.
Boy.
We're gonna get some questions going. You gotta answer as fast as you can.
I got you. Lock in.
Let's see if you can get 10.
All right, you ready?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the
I think the record's 8 right now.
8.
Record's 8.
Record's 8.
Let's see.
Yeah. Just put it on that. Yeah, right there.
All right, John, you're first.
Yeah, hold up. Let me get. All right.
Wait, does the clock start on the answer or on the question?
No, the clock just starts, and then
it's like 24 to 30 seconds.
You gotta wait fast then.
All right,
let's go.
You ready? 3. All right. Favorite sneaker?
Nike.
Toughest player to guard?
I would say AD.
Better food, Gabon or America?
Gabon.
Favorite teammate ever?
Bam.
Forgotten NBA player?
Forgotten? I would say Stephen Lars.
Craziest fan moment?
Craziest what?
Fan moment.
Oh, man.
You can say Skip.
Skip.
Dream 1v1 matchup.
I would say Kelly Olynyk.
What do you eat before a game?
Peanut butter jelly.
Shot clock is way.
Way out, bro.
No, in college,
I
it's a
still-
35-second shot clock.
I still do want to hear some of these answers. What's your dream 1v1 matchup?
Dream 1v1. Oh, probably like me against Kobe.
Kobe?
Yeah.
We've got that before.
Yeah, you're the first
Yeah,
one.
Me against Kobe.
Wow, that's an
What's the
interesting
score?
matchup.
What's the score going to
Yeah.
be? 2-11.
2-11, me against Kobe. I'm probably gonna say like. I probably gotta say Kobe over 1.
Kobe.
He win at 1 point.
I was going to
He
beat
wins
you
by 1?
11-10.
Yeah.
All right, good. Modest answer. Yeah, so Chris, thank you again for coming on. We appreciate
man.
your time. It was awesome to hear from you. And episode will be out shortly. And thanks again for
sure.
coming in.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
y'all guys.